What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to MemeGC Monday. We are here with a brand new team to try out, featuring Rayquaza. Now, why Rayquaza? Well, we are currently working through our Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke Challenge, and our very first encounter that we ran into this past week was a Rayquaza, which was kinda nuts, to be honest with you. All right, this is our first encounter, our first catch. Are you serious? Oh, but what if it knocks me out? But what if it knocks me out? It was crazy. It was crazy. So, yeah, we didn't get it, but it's fine. We wasted all of our Pokeballs on it. I wanted it really bad, but you know, catch rate's really low. It's fine. It's fine. But so I wanted to go ahead and feature that today. So if you haven't seen that series just yet, the playlist, of course, will be down in the description below for you to check out. And we're putting out new episodes every week for that. So I hope you guys will stick around. And then after we get done with that, I think we're going to play like Radical Red, maybe some Renegade Platinum, something like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But for today, we are looking at Rayquaza. So if you're excited about that, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, share the video with your friends, and of course, click that bell so you get notified every time that I upload. So Rayquaza is a pretty interesting mon. It's a fun mon to use, right? It's not the most busted mon out there, but it definitely is viable, right? 95 speed, pretty good, and 150 special attack is also very good. Then they decided to give it Meteor Beam, which is kind of the whole point of this set. So we're running a special set rather than like a Dragon Dance kind of set, which is what you would typically see on one of these. But this is a different take on Rayquaza. And so you're running Power Herb, you don't have to worry about a weakness policy or anything like that. The biggest reason why weakness policy doesn't work as much anymore, at least on this, is because you've got things like Glastrier that are running around everywhere, and then of course Calyrex Ice Rider. So just there's several ice types that are running around right now that wouldn't really care and would just knock you out anyway. So it's better to just have that Meteor Beam that hits the ice types. It's really, really good for that. With that, we have a Clefairy to help with its bulk. So that's why we're running some HP on this, and that keeps it pretty bulky. It still has a lot of power with 164 investment. And then now this is not my team. I'll go ahead and tell you. This team was featured recently on Pokesports, and if you haven't seen them, go ahead and check them out in the description below as well. Personally, I don't really agree with the Clefairy team, but we're using the rental team, so it is what it is. So I personally don't like Ally Switch and Follow Me on the same set. I personally don't like Ally Switch on any set personally, but yeah, this is what we've got to work with. The defenses are good. I think the defenses are just fine. If it were me, I would put an attacking move instead on Ally Switch, maybe Dazzling Gleam. Just that way this thing isn't complete taunt fodder. There are several taunters out there, things like Tornadus especially, that are running around right now to go along with the Kyogre, and then this thing just gets taunted and it can't do anything. So if I were to change this team, I would definitely change that. So just a personal thing. Next is Raichu, and this helps to take some of those electric moves that are around there, especially things like Regieleki, that this team really doesn't appreciate Regieleki all that much. But we get access to Electroweb and a really fast Eerie Impulse, which is really awesome. If you don't know, Eerie Impulse actually lowers the target special attack by 2 stages, which can be really, really good for those really strong special attackers. And yeah, this mon's pretty good. It has both speed control and some power control on the special side, so really, really cool mon overall. We've got an Incineroar, and this actually has weakness policy, which is kind of nuts, but it can do some work. I've Dynamaxed Incineroar a couple of times during my practice games, and it's actually gone to town. So it can work. It can definitely work, but Fake Out, Swords Dance, and then 2 attacks. So no Parting Shot, no Snarl. We trade those out for Swords Dance. I personally would have rather had one of those 2 instead of Swords Dance, but there was one game where somebody led completely defensively. I Swords Danced twice. They activated weakness policy on Dynamax, and I had Clefairy out, and Incineroar just went nuts. So I mean, it's definitely possible for Incineroar to sweep as well. So just another option in our arsenal. A Tapu Fini, which is really cool. This is very standard. Normally they don't run quite this much speed. They normally run a little bit, but normally it's like the 96-ish range. So this is going to be power creeping that a little bit, but modest with 92. Nothing too crazy there. And then, of course, max HP. Then we've got last Kartana, Assault Vest Kartana. Very typical set here. This thing's, of course, a powerhouse, being super fast, hitting super hard, doesn't need the full investment. It just goes nuts anyway. So, yeah, that is going to be the team. Let's go ahead and jump into our first match. First match of today, and we have Yveltal and Lapras, both of which, well, 3 of these things do not appreciate rock type damage, which looks really, really good for Rayquaza. So I've been seeing this a lot, Yveltal and the Lapras on the same team, which is pretty cool. There's definitely a Trick Room. This looks pretty hard Trick Room. So, I mean, that's a thing. We also have, well, Fake Out's not going to work if you set up the terrain. So that could be slightly problematic. I really like Finny here. Finny looks really, really nice. And I also like Raichu a lot. So I think we'll lead Raichu Finny, actually. Incineroar doesn't really help here. Kartana could be good against Lapras and Rhyperior. But Finny probably is a little bit better. Yeah, I'll go with this. I might regret that. I might regret that. Kartana was also really good there. But, I mean, Rhyperior has a lot lower special defense than it does defense. So, I mean, hitting it on the special side is going to do a lot more damage. Even through Solid Rock. At least I'm assuming it's Solid Rock. It could be Lightning Rod on a Lapras team. Okay, so we do see the hard Trick Room lead. So, no Fake Out, but this is pretty much a free Calm Mind for Finny. So it's probably just going to be Follow Me and Trick Room, which is fine. So, I'm just going to Eerie Impulse the... Actually, no. We're going to get our terrain up. Right? No? Okay. So, do I T-Bolt or do I Eerie Impulse? Actually, we can just T-Bolt here. We all know it's going to go there. I'll just Calm Mind. Yeah, I mean, Follow Me Trick Room is super easy. I don't have any way to stop it. So, I think just getting some damage off is good. Yeah, it's not great damage. Paralysis is interesting. But we'll go ahead and get this up. Definitely could help in the endgame. But yeah, I didn't have a great way of stopping that. Although Indeedee is actually somewhat fast, so it's kind of unfortunate to make it that slow now. But that's fine. What do we do now? Could just Follow Me again. I'm just gonna click the same thing. I'm just gonna stall a little bit. Yeah, there's the Expanding Force. Takes down to Sash. Did crit my Raichu, but I mean, it's a Raichu. So, okay, they doubled into Raichu. Which isn't great. Here's where Incineroar could have been valuable, actually. Incineroar would have been really good in this situation. But Finny being at +2 special defense is also very good. So, let's go Clefairy for now. Going into Rayquaza is just asking for it to get knocked out. Alright, so let's go ahead and Helping Hand and Dazzling Gleam here, get some damage off. That accounts for possible Follow Me, because then it'll go into the Indeedee anyway. Okay, so it is just Expanding Force again. So Finny's gonna take like 0. Again, taking like 0. And we get the D-Gleam off. Wow. Okay. Indeed, he lives on like 1 HP. Love that. Love that. Okay. So we could do the same thing again. Actually, let's protect here. How's Trick Room looking? 2 turns of Trick Room. Let's actually double protect here. Stall out an extra turn of Trick Room. I think this is fine. This gives us a little bit of healing on Tapu Fini. Stalling a turn of Trick Room. So then we'll Dazzling Gleam again here. Do I follow me? I think I follow me here just to redirect the foul play from doing extra damage. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Keep as much damage off of Finny as I can. These expanding forces are rough. Ah, there's the recover. Okay. Which is fine. We'll go ahead and knock out Indeedee here. And get Porygon 2 back to about where it was before. Now Trick Room does go down here, and so does the... Okay, so does the terrain. So what are you bringing in here? You're gonna have to set up terrain again to be able to be super useful. And it is Rhyperior, isn't it? It is. Okay. So I am scalding that, and I'm helping handing. What if it protects? What if it protects? That is the question. It could protect here, and if it does, we're in a little bit of a spot. We could also max this? Question mark? Let's do it. Let's do it. I wasn't planning on this at the beginning of the game, but we're doing it. I'm not sure of this thing's ability just because of it being on a Lapras team. It might actually have Lightning Rod. And if it does, I don't think you take a +2 Max Geyser. I really, really don't. Especially not with Helping Hand. I mean, protect. That's what I thought. Do you even take this? Helping Hand +2, even with protect? This has got to do a lot of damage. Yeah, and it kills through protect. Let's go. Get out of here. That's hilarious. Perfect. So actually that works out. That max works out. And you set Trick Room, but that's actually fine. Because again, as long as I have Clefairy around, then Finny's taking like no damage. We're already maxed. I have Protect on Rayquaza. And you really can't touch Rayquaza all that much with Porygon 2 either, so I just need to take out whatever your 4th is, leave this alone. It's Incineroar. Okay, I can deal with that easily. I'll just follow me here and sack it. Sack the Clefairy. Do I want to sack Clefairy? Or do I? Actually, let's protect here. Incineroar doesn't normally carry protect. So I will go ahead and just go for that. Yeah, this is definitely a tough spot. Finny kind of went nuts here. Finny went like absolutely crazy in this match. So I'm all about that. It is a max Incineroar because, you know, you are going to max the Rhyperior, and then it got absolutely blown back, which was amazing. But let's see what we got here. So I protected in case of Fake Out, which was definitely an option that my opponent could have gone for. There's Tri-Attack, same difference, it's still going first. Flare. Okay. Rain plus Protect plus Clefairy is Clefairy. Now, it does set the Sun, which means our Geyser is also weakened. But it also means his next Flare is then weakened again. So, I mean, it's totally fine. And, I mean, you're not going to be weakness policy because you have a Rhyperior, so I'm not really worried about that either. And again, I'm just getting free healing and stalling your Trick Room out, so I really don't mind this. 3 more turns of Trick Room. Helping Hand should push us to have enough, I think. Yeah, and again, they normally don't have any kind of protect. If it has like Parting Shot or something, then it could do it, but I mean, a Flare isn't knocking out a Finny. I'm sorry, but it's not doing it. That did what, like 12? It did nothing. But in Sun with Helping Hand, I think we should have enough to knock this thing out. And then we have Rain to stay, which will help our Hurricane as well. Let's go! Finny absolutely dominating this game. That is amazing. Crit. With Helping Hand, I don't think crit mattered. If we didn't go for Helping Hand, crit probably would have mattered. So, yeah, I don't think that made a difference. But that is awesome. That is so awesome. And we're just going to heal off all the damage that the Incineroar did that last turn. And go into Rayquaza. Yeah, and again, this is kind of the danger of a team like this, where you have all of my friends are dead syndrome happening. And basically what that is if you don't know all my friends are dead, it's basically where I can leave this Porygon 2 alone the entire game, and he's going to quit, isn't he? Yeah, so it's basically where... That's what I thought. So I can leave the Porygon 2 alone the whole game. It's not doing enough damage to do anything to me. It's not buffing its partners really in any way. And so I had no reason to really stop the Trick Room there when the Rhyperior was so much more threatening. And because I also knew that, like, if I just nuke the Rhyperior, even through Protect, there's no way it's taking a +2 Helping Hand. It's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. So that's a really cool first game. Really, really awesome first game. We didn't get to show off Rayquaza yet, but that's fine. Maybe it'll happen in game 2. Let's go ahead and go there right now. Match number 2, and we've got a Sun team. So these are running around an awful lot right now with Groudon plus Venusaur. Very, very scary. Airlock does help with the Rayquaza. That is definitely a thing that helps. But we've got to be really, really, really careful. Just because sleep is a thing. It definitely could be a problem. Let's see here. Okay, so Airlock can definitely shut down the Venusaur a lot. I like Incineroar and Kartana here, though, quite a bit. Although Finny's also good, too, but not in the Sun. So, let's bring these two first. Bring these two in the back. Yeah, with 2 ground types, Raichu really isn't going to help all that much. So, I mean, yeah, you got Fake Out, but then what? So, yeah, I'm not really feeling that. The other lead could have been... could have been Raichu plus... Okay, it's actually Tornadus Landorus. Okay. Not the best lead. In fact, like a pretty bad lead, to be honest with you. Lowering the attack of Landorus is pretty good, but this is pretty much free Tailwind for my opponent. So, do I have a way of stopping Tailwind, really? Not really. I'm going to go ahead and fake out Landorus and switch out into Clefairy. It's probably Tailwind coming out of the Tornadus, but... Oh, it's actually Taunt. You can't taunt a Dark type with Prankster. Anyway, so from here we could do a couple of things. My opponent probably goes for a Rock Slide or Earthquake. Either one is going to activate our weakness policy. So, I mean... We could just Flare Blitz into the Landorus. I think that's fine. And then Protect here. We could have also Ally Switched just to put the Protect onto the just to put it onto the Incineroar. Yeah, there's the EQ. So that protects us from the Earthquake while keeping Friend Guard around. So I think ultimately this is the best play. Okay. So we take that decently well. There's our weakness policy. I just want to do a bunch of damage to this thing. Get this thing out of here as soon as we can. So we're +1 after the Intimidate, and it's gone. That is so nice. That is so good to see. I love when that happens. I don't have to Dynamax it, but that weakness policy coming through is so funny when that happens. Because most people expect it on the Rayquaza, and so, you know, you love to see when it just, like, something just drops. It's so funny. It's so funny. Okay, so we probably see a Precipice Blades here. So we could do a couple of things. I'm actually thinking about Ally Switch, go into Rayquaza here. I think that's what I want to do. Because if I Ally Switch here, that'll put... Well, I mean, are you going to taunt into that slot? I'll go for it. This saves the Intimidate for later. I mean, the +1 really isn't that big of a deal. I can get that back with Swords Dance if I need to. But this basically would allow the Rayquaza to be taunted instead. So yeah, there's the Tailwind. Definitely not optimal, but yeah, there's Precipice Blades. Ouch. Life Orb. Good to know. Definitely good to know. Okay, so here... I want to see something really quick. I mean, if I could hit a Hurricane, that would be kind of great. I'm going to try it just because of Airlock. I might be able to hit one. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely want to follow me here because a Max Rockfall is going to mess up my day. Yeah, Groudon is something that's a little tough to deal with here. Probably see Taunt here. Yeah, which is the right play. Taunt's tough. Taunt is tough. Rockfall, yep. Okay. does knock us out. Changes the weather to sand. I don't think I care, especially with airlock. Can I hit a hurricane, please? I can, okay. Decent damage, not terrible. So how much is a Kartana gonna do? Not much. Yeah, the answer is not much. I'll go Ensign here. Get this thing to -1. Definitely helpful. I'm assuming this thing is at least somewhat offensive. We could go straight into Kartana, which, I mean, can take whatever he's going for. Not well, but I can take it. That could allow, like, double switch out and protect, or even max here, and max airstream. How many turns of Tailwind? 2. Ugh, that's bad. Okay, let's switch out. And yeah, max airstream the Groudon. I don't really like this play, to be honest. I don't really like this play a lot. Could have also max guarded. But what does that really get us? It buys us a turn of Tailwind. But then what? I mean, we kind of baited Max Quake / Max Rockfall into Kartana there. It's actually Icy Wind, which is bad. Because now we're going to be at neutral rather than +1. Okay, so the Quake did actually... The Quake, like, baiting him into going for Max Quake actually did go there. But we do lose Kartana in the process. It may have been better to stay in there, and plus the Spadef boost isn't great. Yeah, and it lives after the Spadef boost. It would have fainted otherwise. So now this thing's at -2. It's still got one more turn of Dynamax, one more turn of Tailwind. I can fake out Tornadus. Airstream Groudon. So there's no funny business out of you, especially like Icy Wind stuff. Okay, so it does just go for the KO on Incineroar. So the question is, can Rayquaza, at this point, 3v1? So it's going to take it down to a 2v1 when we knock out Groudon here. Yeah, that should be range, I think, even at +2. It is, okay. I was going to say, if that doesn't knock out, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. Okay, so it all depends on what's in the bag. Okay, Tailwind is gone, but, I mean, that could be a distraction for this thing to go for next round. It is Venusaur. You're in sand, so you're slower. I could Airstream again here. Because, I mean, what's the worst Tornadus can do? It can Icy Wind, right? So, I'm going to go for that on the Venusaur. It might be Sash. It's Protect. and Koba Berry? Oh my goodness. Interesting. Okay. So, Icy Wind. Ow. That does a lot of damage, actually. I've just got to hope to live an Icy Wind. Because if Venusaur puts me to sleep, I'm screwed. So I've got to hit a Hurricane. Which I do. Okay. So Venusaur's gone. Can I live an Icy Wind? It all comes down to living an Icy Wind, which is something you don't hear, but please live. I know you're 4 times a week, but please didn't live. Dang it. Oh man, we were close. We were close. Because, I mean, if I knocked out the Tornadus there, I get put to sleep. So, I mean, at that point, it's either risk living an Icy Wind or risk him missing a Sleep Powder. Either way, it's not great odds in our favor either way. It's fine, though. Rayquaza almost pulled through there, and maybe it'll help us out in the 3rd game. So, let's go ahead and grab one more for today. Here we go, last match of the day, and we've got Shadow Rider with Nihilego. Very interesting, as well as Redirection, so possibly like Nasty Plot, which could be really annoying. Yeah, this is very scary. I definitely like Incineroar in this match. Finny seems decent. Nihilego is scary, though. Nihilego's like really scary. So how do I deal with a Nihilego? I think Raichu comes as the lead. I think Incineroar comes. Rayquaza is definitely coming this game. I need the power. Do I bring Clefairy to support it? Or do I bring something like Finny? That's tough. That's tough. Finny definitely could give quite a bit of value with Calm Mind. And it really doesn't mind the physical attackers. So let's actually leave Clefairy on the bench for this last one. I really like bringing Clefairy just because Rayquaza is quite frail. But we might be able to make this work. Maybe. We'll try it. Alright, so it is Nihilego in the lead. Probably Meteor Beam, actually. So, Intimidate, not really that big of a deal here. So, I think I want to Electro Web turn 1 and fake out Nihilego. That way we're not getting a Meteor Beam into Incineroar turn 1. Definitely not something I want. And then we can Eerie Impulse it next turn. Plus this slows it down, so we definitely need that because this thing's quite fast. T-Wave, that's, okay, can't do that. And it wouldn't have helped against Incineroar either because of Prankster not working on Dark types. So, yeah, I'm not sure there. Yeah, this lead is really great for Prankster Thunderwave. You literally can't do anything with it. So I'm going to Eerie Impulse here on the Nihilego. We could actually Darkest Lariat it too. Grimmsnarl can't really do anything to this lead outside of setting up screens. Hello? I just want to weaken this thing down as much as I possibly can. And I'm a fan of this thing being at -2 when it tries to boost up to +1, so now it's at -1. Definitely saw that Meteor Beam coming. And could have switched into Finny, but I think it's fine. This will activate our policy, actually. Oh, that -2 definitely made a huge difference. Oh my goodness. And +2 Darkest Lariat. Here we go. Get out of here. Nice. Weakness policy coming through. We take those. We absolutely take those. Yeah, the Scrimsnarl just keeps powering up my Raichu, and so you keep doing that, man. You keep doing that. It is Cinderace next, so that's not the best. But I can just make this slower too with Electroweb, so I don't see why I don't do that. So if I get a free switch here, at -1 speed, I can go into Rayquaza here pretty safely. Yeah, so Electroweb this. It is slower at that point. Okay. I'd prefer you go ahead and knock out Incineroar here. I should get the Electroweb off no matter what. So Cinderace will go... Stop! Stop doing that. Yeah, I'd prefer... Well, that's bad. Yeah, that's the one move that is bad. Did knock me out. But now you're at neutral rather than at -1. Okay, Life Orb, good to know. But now it's super effective. Oh no. Oh no. So back to neutral speed. I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna protect turn 1 with Rayquaza and go for Electroweb one more time. These plays are slightly confusing, especially at this level of play. I'm quite confused, but it's fine. But yeah, my Raichu is just becoming so powerful. Bruh, stop. Stop. Okay, there's the fireball. Cool, I'm good with that. I am perfectly okay with that play. And Raichu just took them both out. Oh my gosh, what is happening in this game? You've made the most powerful Raichu alive. You have made such a monster. Oh man, this is nuts. This is absolutely nuts. This is how you end the episode off. This is how you end an episode. For absolutely sure. So... I'm clicking T-Bolt on this thing if we happen to survive. Meteor Beam, right? Or do I need to Hurricane? Or do I need to max... Probably should max Airstream here, actually. So that I'm faster. I almost thought about maxing the Raichu just as a joke, but there's no point to do that. That would probably lose us the game if I did something stupid like that, so I'm not gonna do that. But it is still really funny. It's still really funny that all of this happened. I don't know why my opponent kept clicking that. Yeah, Astro Barrage will... Gosh, that does so much. We knew Raichu was going down there. No doubt about that. That almost knocked out. Oh, we don't have enough speed to outspeed this, but you shouldn't be able to knock out both of us here. I don't think Astral Barrage will knock this out. Yeah, I don't think you're coming anywhere near knocking this thing out with Astral Barrage. Ooh, actually, you could. That's specs though, so I'm not. We're just gonna Scald here. And max Airstream. Oh, we are faster, so it's not max speed. Or it's not timid. One of the two. Yeah, because at +1... Wait, at +1 speed with Rayquaza, we should be 2 points slower than a max speed timid one. So it's possibly modest, just because they expected to be so fast already. So that worked out. All right, cool. So fun episode today with a Rayquaza team. Definitely very weird last game, considering where we are. I'm not sure what happened. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good time watching, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of the week. Wednesday, awesome Wi-Fi battle. Friday, episode 3 of our Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke, randomized, all the things. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I hope to see you guys there. Again, subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Hope you stay safe out there, stay healthy throughout the week, all that good stuff. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.